What are some of the best Nintendo boss fights? Nintendo isn't always known for having the most challenging boss fights, but there are still some pretty interesting ones. My favorite of all time has to be Ravenbeak from Metroid Dread. It's intense, fast, well-paced, and super satisfying. Obviously, Bowser is the first boss a lot of people think of when Nintendo is brought up, and while his appearance in Mario World is definitely my favorite, I think his final fight from 3D World is so interesting. Having the fight focus on platforming instead of attacking makes a lot of sense for a Mario game, and Bowser's use of the double cherry just brings the fight to a whole other level. Zelda might also be the first thing people think of for Nintendo bosses, and while we could probably spend a whole day talking about Zelda boss fights, Ganondorf from Tears of the Kingdom really sticks out in my mind. One of those bosses that uses the protagonist's powers against them, not to mention his health bar goes to the edge of the screen, which is pretty funny. Speaking of bosses that have the same powers as the protagonist, Agent 3 from Octo Expansion is another really cool example. Having them use the subs and specials from regular gameplay is such a great idea, not to mention that Agent 3 is the protagonist from an older game. And you can't talk about running into old protagonists without bringing up Red. Some people may prefer Cynthia's or Volo's fight, but having to climb a literal mountain to fight a secret boss that's also the old protagonist just takes the cake for me. Some bosses are good in the moment, but are made even better by the build-up around them. The Water Wraith from Pikmin is a good example. It's the super mysterious entity that comes out of nowhere during the submerged castle and chases you throughout the whole dungeon. There really isn't anything else like this in this entire game. When you finally get to the end, it's pretty satisfying to destroy this guy who was chasing after you throughout the whole dungeon. Another good example can be found in DK Bonanza. Spoiler alert for DK Bonanza. 3, 2, 1, okay. K. Rool's entire performance in DK Bonanza is perfect. The way he enters, how all the enemies come back, how his music comes back, how there are 3 different phases, how he takes over New Donk City, it's all done super well. Not to mention the last phase is actually kind of challenging.
Hardest boss has to be Kirby's Dream Course. I always get stuck on the name entry screen.
Some boss fights themselves might not be super interesting, but they have little details that make them cool. Cyrus has a Crobat, which can only be evolved by friendship, showing us that he really does care about his Pokemon. While on the other hand, Ghetsis' Hydreigon has maxed out frustration, meaning that his Pokemon absolutely hate him. Medusa's third phase is a reference to how she looked in the NES game, and Palutena makes a comment showing that she remembers that. Phantom Ganon's sword from Wind Waker has the names of the blacksmith from Majora's Mask on it. There are so many cool bosses in the world of Nintendo, and obviously we miss some. So let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you want a real challenge, you can try watching one of our videos on the main channel.